I'd like to point out, I do this many times. There are many movie podcasts that have dissected the movie Aliens, and none of them have talked about this, and that's why you guys like us so much.
Do you think one of
or
them
hate us? I don't know.
I don't know.
One of them ends up just coming home who's like new or something. It's like, honey, I'm home. It's like, boy, you would not believe the day I had today. It's like, Ricky, what are you doing in?
You're my dad and my brother, and I don't even know.
You told me you were scheduled tomorrow.
My cousin's brother is sleeping with my mom, who's also my wife.
Well, hello there, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Confused Breakfast Podcast. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Game over, man.
The excitement of walking down the aisles, browsing the names in the artwork, and finally picking out the movie you were going to take home with you.
Yeah.
Sure, it's hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your couch. But there was something truly special about making that trip, picking a movie out by hand, and jumping into stasis pods to make the 57-year-long journey home to watch it. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. And joining us, as always, two dudes who could have thought of a way better name for the alien species in today's movie. Shaun Pryor and AJ Vance, how the heck are ya?
I don't know, man. Xenomorph?
I hate the name.
You don't like Xenomorph?
No, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's
Xenomorph Warrior Princess?
I knew you. Didn't we reference Xena?
Yeah. Lucy Lawless, my girl.
Well, girl. Why don't they just call them aliens?
I think
I'm
they
sure
do.
there's like a technical term like the planet, like LV-426. I'm sure there's like a A428. I'm sure they're that kind of like biological
Shaun,
weapon.
Take the
name.
fucking compliment.
No.
Just
It's a compliment, okay?
oh man, there's places running with viper crawlers. See? Is that
Viper crawlers.
viper crawlers. It's that easy, bro.
It's too.
Viper crawlers.
You don't understand. You don't understand. No,
you don't
get
understand
it.
horror, okay?
You're not even
AJ?
a horror fan.
We've
don't even
established
get it.
this a couple weeks ago on The Evil Dead. You don't even get it.
You don't even get it.
Well, boys, on this episode, we discuss the 65th rated movie on IMDb, nominated for 7 Oscars, winning 2 of them. A movie credited with saving 20th Century Fox.
Oh.
The sequel to a movie that spawned 6 total movies. We're, of course, talking about 1986's Aliens.
Confused Breakfast!
Yeah, we're skipping another movie.
See what I'm doing?
The upwards head nod on. Yeah, don't do that. So if you're new to this podcast, we will be reviewing this movie with a modern eye, but in order to do that properly, we must first discuss it with pure nostalgia so that we can strip it away. AJ, let's start with you. Tell us the first time you saw this movie and what your nostalgic rating is.
Why is there a thumbs down in my? Are you Caesaring me?
Just go.
Just go.
Just get it over
Just
with.
go.
You're right. So to be completely honest, okay, I went into this thinking that I had seen it. In fact, yeah, and so I thought to myself, I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna see if I actually remember enough about this to give it the rating and to say it nostalgically. And I haven't. Okay, I
So
realized
did you see the first one, maybe
I think I've
There's
seen
no way.
bits and pieces
Okay.
of like
all of them.
just all of them from different times, or and then I probably confuse it with like Alien versus Predator and stuff. So,
It's a big NA for AJ.
it's a big NA, but I will tell you this: I remember the toys very specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Had a neighbor across the street who gave me a lot of toys because they were outgrowing them, and I had the Ripley, I had the machine
Damn.
thing and everything that
cool.
you put it's dope, dude. So
Hell yeah.
I still got some nostalgia built up
10
in
for the
there.
toys, NA for the
10
movie.
for the toys. You got it, man. Thank
Shaun,
you.
what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, like I think my mom showed me this movie. Like my mom and my dad would show me like things like Terminator 2 and this movie, just James Cameron sequels, I guess. And way too young. Like, I'd be way too young watching these movies for some reason. But I do specifically remember watching the first Alien way back in the day, and it not really scaring me, but it gave me the feeling whenever I got a stomachache, I thought a chest burster was going to come out. That's what I got. So the same thing for this movie.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what I remember.
That's what
You remember Spaceballs.
Not again.
Yeah, my mom loved this movie because I probably was a strong ass woman in it. So back then, I'd probably have to say I just liked movies and I liked this one, so 6.
Confession to you guys, like, Alien scared the shit out of me. I don't like our portrayal of aliens. Like, dude, even Independence Day scared the shit out of me.
Oh,
yeah.
No, thank you. I remember watching Independence Day on July 2nd and then being like, well, it's going to happen in the next couple days. This really sucks. Where's Will Smith when you need him?
Yeah.
So this I don't think I watched this until like maybe high school, and even then I found the excuses to kind of get away once the really scary parts were happening. I loved like the build up and the military and everything, but too scary, too spooky for me. So I'm going to give it, I'm just going to give it like a 4 nostalgically. So we did have an executive producer today, Tyler Dark. He is the one who chose this as part of his executive producing. However, our boy Tyler's going through some stuff right now. He messaged me. He's like, I don't have time, man. I apologize. And I'm like, dude, you get yourself better. We love you, Tyler.
Right.
No worries, man. Yeah. We're going to try to give this movie the best treatment we can. So nostalgically, Shaun, that takes us to a 5, which is pretty low. That's like bottom 10. That's bottom 5. That is slightly better than Groundhog Day, slightly worse than Breakfast Club.
Wow, way to go, guys!
And like we say all the time, you could almost look at
guys are dumb.
So far, the worst rating we've given a movie nostalgically is Princess Bride. 3.6. So this doesn't mean anything. It just goes to show you how wrong you were as kids.
It's a girl movie.
Is really all we're trying to tell you. All right, so next it's time to learn all the pertinent, important details of this movie. Shaun, let's hear what you got, man.
I'm going to be honest. This is kind of a big one.
Oh, God.
Produced by Walter Hill, David Giler, Gordon Carroll, and Gail Ann Hurd. Based on characters by Ronald Shusett and Dan O'Bannon. Story by David Giler, Walter Hill, and James Cameron. Screenplay by James Cameron. Cinematography by Adrian Biddle. He also did Thelma and Louise, V for Vendetta, and The Mummy.
Oh.
Yeah. Music by James Horner, edited by Ray Lovejoy, special makeup effects by Tony Gardner under the supervision of Stan Winston, directed by James Cameron.
Wait, under the supervision of, like...
He's, like, working for him. But, like, Tony Gardner did most of this
I just
stuff.
picture a guy just over his shoulders with his arms. Like, now, did you do that right? Nope, nope.
No, a little bit more slime. Slime.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah. Let me just do it.
You gotta look wet. You gotta look wet on this. Cast. Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Carrie Henn, Paul Reiser, Jeanette Goldstein, William Hope, Al Matthews, Lance Henriksen, and Bill Paxton. Ridley Scott's Alien was a success, so talks of a sequel began pretty soon after the film's release. I won't bore you with the exhausting studio infighting, suing, and creative differences, but needless to say, Aliens had a lot of trouble getting developed and ultimately made. There are paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of how tumultuous the pre-production of this movie was. Like, too many cooks, like studio changes, this and that. It is fucking rot.
And a lot of it was like the British crew that was making this movie, like the people that were helping put it together hated the fact that it wasn't Ridley Scott, and they hated James Cameron, so they're like, we're going to give him a hard time.
Yeah, they didn't believe in the project at all.
Come on. And apparently he wanted to show him Terminator so that he could prove what his worth is.
Oh, yeah.
But they're like, they didn't show up to watch it. So they're like, oh, screw this guy.
Yeah, he had to rally them. Like, they were not behind him whatsoever.
Really?
Producers had seen a treatment from James Cameron about a time-traveling robot and thought he could be good for Aliens. James Cameron turned in his treatment with notes from Walter Hill and David Giler stating only that Ridley and soldiers. That's the only kind of prompt he got. Cameron was a relative newcomer as a director, having only directed Piranha 2, so the studio was hesitant on hiring him for the job. But alas, they did. The studio was also resistant on hiring Gail Ann Hurd as producer, pretty much because she was a woman. However, Cameron fought for her and convinced the studio she was a legitimate producer. Having made The Terminator, Cameron and Hurd wanted to combine the horror of Alien with the action of Terminator. He made Terminator in between all of this infighting. So like he had turned in his thing, and they're all fighting about it. Like you can't have a girl producer, pretty much. And so they went and made Terminator.
What?
Yeah, like it took that long. This is ridiculous.
Whoa.
The studio at first didn't want Sigourney Weaver to return as Ripley, fearing she would demand more money. So after Cameron and Hurd quit multiple times because of this production, was finally able to move on. They quit because she was threatening to quit, and so they kept like fighting for her, and they're like, no. So they kept quitting until they eventually hired Sigourney Weaver because she got paid a shit ton for this movie.
Yeah, she should have.
Originally, Cameron wanted Stephen Lang, but James Remar got the role after being fired for Hicks. After being fired for getting arrested for drug possession, Michael Biehn got the role. Bill Paxton and Lance Henriksen worked with Cameron on The Terminator, so he thought they would be perfect for their respectful roles. The actors underwent military training from the British Special Forces, that is the SAS.
Okay.
Filming began in September 1985 in London at the prestigious Pinewood Studios. Cameron was not used to the English ways of filmmaking, mad at losing almost an hour each day for fucking tea breaks.
What?
That is kind
Are
of
you
annoying.
serious?
It's kind of annoying, Brits. I'm just saying.
It's an hour. Like, just chug that bitch. You know, why aren't you good to go?
Pinkies up, bro.
Tea
It was
and scrumpets.
the crew also, as mentioned, as Mike mentioned, the crew also did not like Cameron's way of filmmaking, saying that he was demanding and knew exactly what he wanted.
Cool.
That's a good director.
That sounds like a great director.
That's a good
Wait
leader.
a minute.
He's demanding.
I don't know. Look, he seems like he knows what he wants, so I just don't really think this is going to work out. Seems like he's got a direction, and I don't really like that.
No, not as a director. No.
If you're going to be a director, I don't know why you would come into it having a direction.
You have a vision?
Ugh.
Gross. The crew also purposefully would sabotage setups, and some were fired, some walked out. After rallying from Cameron, the crew got the shoot done. Cameron remarked it was a very difficult shoot, and the only thing that kept him going was knowing that he could leave Pinewood and never come back. Aliens was released on July 18th, 1986, and on a budget of $18.5 million, the film earned $131 million to $183.3 million, somewhere in there. Gain 3 more sequels, nominated for 7, and win 2 Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects and Best Sound Editing, the Alien vs. Predator movies, comics, toys, and a bunch of other fun things.
Yeah, the parts that they won those awards for were the British parts, so not anything like...
Academy Award for Best Tea Breaks in a movie.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, those were the best. Yep, they did good on that.
Directing and cast or whatever, all that crap, that's the American crap, you know?
No one needs any of that. Hard work.
English stuff is the good shit.
It's all backwards back there. I don't know what you guys are doing.
We got to do our tea break and pray to the Queen at noon every day. You know what I mean?
We stop.
Whatever we do.
We stop at scene 3 to take a 3-hour Cedar Ridge break.
How was that war? We beat you in that war. Yeah.
We're going to kick their ass in WW2.
Yeah.
Cheerio. Let's do it again.
I'm just kidding. That's not how we talk.
Not.
Well, we know you got at least one friend who loves this movie just as much as you do. Hit the little share icon on your podcast app. Directly text it over to them. That's one of the best ways you can support us. You can also go to our website, confusedbreakfast.com. Grab all kinds of cool stuff. See our ratings. And finally, if you're already caught up and you're looking for more and you're just like, I need more of these guys in my ears, you can go to our YouTube channel, watch us, listen to us there. Totally different experience. Or you can support us on Patreon to get access of up to 70 hours of bonus audio and vote on upcoming movies and a private Discord server and tons of more stuff. So patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Up next, we have AJ, who does the research for us, talks about the critics and the fans alike and what they all have to say in their cool reviews.
Well, actually, guys, get ready because the only thing messier and uglier than this movie is the tomato meter.
Gross.
Far from it.
Yeah, this is not gross,
Wow.
is it?
98% certified fresh
8%.
on the tomato meter.
Back to the Future was a 97. This is tied for
Wow.
number 1 of every movie we've ever done. This is tied for number 1 with Princess Bride at 98%.
Incredible.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yes.
As it should be.
94% from the audiences. IMDb, I think, is coming in pretty hot, 8.4.
That's tied at number 3 with
3.
The Shining.
All right.
Yeah, that's some pretty good company up there at the top of our list.
Sure is.
All right, fine.
Cool, man.
I like that. The Washington Post gave this 100 out of 100. Rita Kempley said, Cameron and company have made a sequel that is gripping and vital. The 2.5 hours fly by with this brave company, our imagination sucked into the screen as if by a black hole.
Nice.
TV Guide, another 100 out of 100. A non-stop, high-tech, souped-up war movie with gung-ho Marines blasting special effects creatures and a genuinely convincing, exciting action heroine. You bet. There was a bad one, apparently.
Oh, no.
The New Yorker didn't think it was all that great.
That's a weird accent.
Yeah, you New Yorkers out there. I don't know. That's probably very offensive. I'm guessing.
The only New York accent I know is Raphael from Ninja Turtles. That's the only one I know.
I know the cab driver.
That's the only
like
one
a turtle.
you know?
Yeah, that's the only one I can do.
Look like a turtle in a trench coat. You're going to LaGuardia, right?
Terrible airport.
Those are your guys' barometers for
Shut up,
New York.
Sean.
That's all we got.
We're not movie buffs like you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I can't think of one. Robert De Niro. I don't know.
Old Bobby. Pauline Cale
Hey, all right.
gave it 50 out of 100. An inflated sci-fi action horror film. Cameron does it in an energetic, systematic, relentless way with an action director's gusto and a shortage of imagination. The imagery has a fair amount of graphic power, but there's too much claustrophobic blue-green darkness.
Okay.
Pauline Kael's pretty tough.
Is she?
Notoriously, yeah. She Tarantino is a huge fan. Just reading her reviews.
Okay.
He actually got his aesthetic, you could say, from her. She had a line in a review of a movie that said it was like a pulp, the pulp got right out of the screen or something like that. And he's like, that's my aesthetic. I'm going with that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a huge fan of her, but she's notoriously very tough.
She's tough on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my thing. I'm just tough on people.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for Pauline to review my movie so she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
That's what every
That's her
movie.
thing. It's her thing.
But if she reviews your movie,
Right. See, that's what you want. That's
Yeah.
the accolade.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, this was such a highly well-received movie that I decided to just dig through the trenches on some negative reviews. Let's dive in, guys. 1 out of 10. More idiots fighting more aliens in dimly lit corridors. Yawn. By the way, I'm going to read 2 from the same person because they're right next to each other because apparently 1 wasn't enough.
no.
So keep that in mind. Dimly lit corridors. Yawn said, love me, do.
Oh,
More
okay.
idiots fighting more aliens in dimly lit corridors. Title is what you already said it. The first movie was already bad enough. Here we get more of the same ad nauseum. Sci-fi means science fiction. Where is the science? I get it that for a movie to become a hit, it has to appeal to the lowest IQ possible. This movie pushes the
Okay, anyway.
This movie pushes the limit, requiring you to switch off your brain. Is this affecting 95% of IMDb reviewers? Like I say, they must have put in another installment on the same day. Love me, do added yawn again.
Come on.
As brilliant as the first movie, more idiots fighting more aliens. What a plot. 95% of IMDb reviewers seem to disagree. Oh well. All in all, a perfect parable of mankind indeed.
So he posted his first 2 drafts.
Yeah.
And that last one is probably what he actually meant.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, crap, can I delete that? I don't see the delete button. All right, well, I'll just add another
I'll
one.
just go again.
Does
F
return
it.
mean delete? Shit.
Just return.
Got it.
I'm just going to give you, it's my last one for you guys. 1 out of 10. It's a little bit longer, but it's absolute garbage, said Jennifer Adderby. Warning, spoilers.
Jesus Christ.
This has to be, so far, the worst in the series. This is in 2018, by the way.
Okay. It's back in 1986.
Yeah.
So far.
Out of
This
the
one
2,
sucks.
this one's bad. I am split on this and Alien 3 on which one is worse. First of all, there is a cat. I hate cats.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Deal with it.
Wait. That doesn't. Whatever. Go ahead.
Deal with it.
You can't just go, I hate this, deal with it, because no one gives a fuck about what you're saying.
You're
not allowed to say
This
that.
is yes.
It's always like whenever there's a negative opinion, it's always yawn, like love me, don't. Or, well, I don't love him, and then there's also like deal with it in negative reviews because there's always the hot take that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm actually not gonna be able to sleep tonight because of this.
Wow.
So what we've got here, story sucks, and don't tell me it's okay. It's just ... Can't describe how bad it is.
Oh,
Wait. So you're trying to describe a movie, but you don't.
I can't.
she left the ... He or she
She was
left
thinking.
the ... She's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even know.
Second, this is Bill Paxton's worst role in film. I cannot believe they made an embarrassment of the talent he has in this film. It is one of the cheesiest sci-fi movies I have ever seen, and I refuse to add it with my Blu-ray collection.
Okay.
The whole time I watched this, I was hoping the cat would get eaten by an alien, but nope.
You bitch.
The acting was so cheesy, I thought I was watching a low-budget sci-fi film the whole time. This installment is pure trash and is deaf on my top 10 horrible films of all time.
What are the rest?
I want that. I want that list. Save your brain and eyes from absorbing this terrible piece of cinema. I'm so glad I didn't catch this in theaters, as I would demand a refund.
Yeah, sure.
All copies
you
of
would.
this should be burned, and I would rather watch the Star Wars Holiday Special than endure the time I lost of my life watching this.
Oh my God.
What on earth was James Cameron thinking?
He wasn't
because
on
of a
Earth.
cat.
He wasn't. He was literally made a space movie.
Yeah. Why would he do that? What
Why
an
would
idiot.
he do that?
James Cameron, you idiot. You put a cat in your movie.
Sorry.
I don't know why you put a cat in your movie.
Deal with it.
That's what I imagine she sounds like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like
New Yorkers and
New Yorkers and Jennifers. So there you go. That's
that
it,
all you got, man?
That's all I got.
Well, I did have a revelation, whatever you want to call it, about
Yeah.
our sponsor, Cedar Ridge Distillery. I was thinking, honestly, about doing like a sober October or a nothing November or a dehydrated December or whatever.
Dry
the-
January.
Dry
It's the
January.
shortest month
well,
of the
no,
year.
I don't like it. I like when it's like rhymes or something. But,
Dry January.
No, it's fine.
It's got the.
I know that I could easily give up beer. The older I get, I'm like, beer, whatever. Wine, who cares? But like all alcohol, I could just go, yeah, that's fine for a month, except for whiskey. Like I think I'm a little too deep because I really do absolutely love sipping on a glass of whiskey to end a tough day. I watched the last episode of The Haunting of Hill House last night to a
Nice.
warm glass of whiskey and
Jesus.
cried my eyes
Are
out.
you going through something?
I'm going through something. So, like, whether it's Cedar Ridge's quintessential single malt, their blended rye bourbon collaboration with Slipknot, or their flagship
dude.
bourbon, like, I can't get enough. I can't stop. Someday I'll try to take a month off, but, like, for now, I can't really give up the feeling of a delicious whiskey on my lips. So, thanks to Cedar Ridge. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I do know that it is amazing that they sponsor our podcast. You can thank them for keeping our lights on by going out, finding a bottle of Cedar Ridge at your local stores, or you can directly order it online at cedarridgewhiskey.com. I mean, it's true. We've been talking about them for over a year now. If you haven't tried it yet, you got to do it. You got to understand why I could not possibly do Sober October. This is the main reason. So go do it. You won't regret it. Drink responsibly. As always, thank you, Cedar Ridge. CedarRidgeWhiskey.com.
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 Well, boys, what do you say that we agree to leave the safety of our adorable cat and quaint little apartment to board a ship with some unstable military personnel? We're headed directly back to the location of our worst trauma and scariest life experience. Nothing remotely bad could possibly happen to us. After all, we are the main characters of the movie now.
Yeah.
Right.
We're on an express elevator to hell. Here we
Yeah.
go. So Ellen Ripley has been in stasis for 57 years aboard an escape shuttle after destroying her ship, the Nostromo, to escape a lethal alien creature which slaughtered her crew on LV-426. She's rescued and debriefed by her employers, who are skeptical about her claims because that exomoon is now the site of a terraforming colony, Hadley's Hope. After contact is lost with the colony, Weyland-Yutani Representative Carter Burke and Lieutenant Gorman ask Ripley to accompany them to investigate. Still traumatized by her alien encounter, she agrees on the condition they exterminate the creatures.
Sure, man.
Right.
Right, like when we get the first shot of Ripley kind of just sleeping, and it kind of pans to like a proximity alert because the ship's coming.
Yep.
And then it cuts like right away, and the ship's like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was not enough warning for anything like
No.
that.
No.
I don't know if the ship's battery was dying. I don't know.
57 years, at some point, that ship's going to probably run out of power. Are we thinking that? Or is it all solar nowadays? Solar.
Oh, it's solar.
There's a
There's
bunch of
sun
suns
everywhere
out
in the
there.
galaxy. Yeah, it's space. Or is there? I don't know. I don't get it, okay? I don't get anything about it. Anytime somebody's like, oh, yeah, 57 years later, and this person is the exact same.
No aging.
No aging.
No hair growth.
Right. So we have no aging, no hair growth,
No muscular degeneration.
degeneration.
Yep.
Like they just look nice and happy and healthy and all this good stuff, and you know they don't look like they aren't glowing pale. Apparently,
Oh.
I don't know, man. It's always a frustrating thing to me. Did it have to be? Why did it have to be 57 years later, or so? I guess so long. Why did it have to be that way?
I don't know, but suspension of disbelief.
And it sure is it's shocking. As a viewer, it's shocking to you to hear that, just as it is to her. I was thinking too, like 57 years. I have a 4-month-old baby at home. I don't sleep much, and I'm like, 57-year nap. Like I might catch up on my
Right,
sleep.
yeah.
Like, maybe not quite, but like I might get to the sleep I've lost in the last 4 months. Like
right.
maybe.
Okay.
Well, like it's a science fiction movie. Like that's like one of the like
I might get the sleep I freaking need after 57.
it's a science
I
fiction
don't
movie.
see-
Like those pods. Like
you need one of those pods, Mike? Is that what
They-
you need?
What I'm saying is, someone invent a pod that I can sleep in for 57 years
Yeah.
and still be myself.
we
A
all
stasis
wanna,
pod,
We all want
please.
to go to sleep forever, and
Yeah.
that's why I think that like. I mean, what is it? Like it's a science fiction movie, science fiction horror. Like
Right.
it's a pod that just keeps you preserved while you sleep.
Yeah.
Science fiction.
Again, and I guess yes, it's the suspension of disbelief or whatever you want to call it. That you hey, you just like. And by the way, this is me being critical, not necessarily of the movie itself. It's just science fiction in general. To be honest, I love science fiction, but those kinds of time jumps
Yeah.
always bug me a little.
Mhm.
Like I can never get away from it. So,
I'd take my cat with me for sure.
yeah, just in the pod.
Oh yeah, be like, cat, you can't live without me. You have to come with me.
Well,
Yeah.
the stasis wouldn't have covered my allergies. I doubt. And I
Well-
probably would be like drowning in my own snot and
Yeah.
my tears, and yeah, even though it's cute as fuck, I would be dead.
Cray cray adorbs, but
Yeah.
I did find a weird moment. Like, so they come in, they cut the door cuts down, which
So
is
cool. I
super awesome.
have expected like rave music to like, it's like the laser keeps like scanning the whole room. It's like
it does kind of looks like
Sonya-
the lasers in Vanilla Sky when
So-
he's got his mask on backwards.
Sonya Blade's the point person. I want Kano.
So they walk in like all super careful, and they've got these masks on, and you
Yeah.
know they have these masks on because the sound design of them breathing in those masks is really loud.
It's quite intense.
It's quite intense. And then they're like, "Oh no, she's alive!" And then they just take their masks off. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering at what point were they going to keep the masks on, or at what point did they determine that it was safe to take them off? It was just like, we got these on. Okay, we can take them off now.
Yeah, we're fine.
It was kind of a weird. I know there's so many things that they just don't have to tell in the story.
Yeah.
If you can just be a non-critical person and just watch it, like who fucking cares? But I remember
It's
just
true.
going, why'd they take those masks off?
And it's funny how upset they were that they're like, oh crap, we found a live person. We're gonna have to take this back now.
Got to go.
There goes our salvage.
well,
There's
protocol.
yeah, I guess. Dang it! Like
you fucked up our hall, lady.
yeah. That's true.
I mean, I probably would have wanted to keep my mask on, especially like opening that pod, because I don't know like what that thing preserves.
Yeah.
Like obviously it preserves your life and
Yes.
and just kind of stunts your growth, I guess. But I don't know about your BO.
What if COVID-19 is living inside of that thing and it's been gone for 57 years and now opening it, it's right into your face.
Let's say you're just
Worse
getting
than xenomorphs.
Oh, you don't want that.
let's say you're just getting like an IV of like, nutrients and such to keep you going, and that's how you kind of stay up and at 'em, I suppose. But those nutrient farts are just encased in that stasis pod.
It's protein.
It's
you know,
preserving
you
those
got
farts.
Your vegetables. You know, it's like it's athletic greens pretty much.
It's
like those farts can't be good.
protein powder
Yeah.
farts. It's just in there. And I know it's Sigourney Weaver, but hey, everybody farts.
Everybody
Everybody
farts.
Sigourney. Everybody poops.
Yeah, what happens to poops and farts and
Yeah.
peas?
See, I think
57 years worth of poops?
I just have to imagine that inside. If you could hear the audio inside throughout that 57 years, you just every now and again you'd hear just like.
It's the cat.
yeah. Cat wakes up it's like, get me out of here.
Vista. So where does she? Okay, here's the one thing that whenever I used to watch this movie, it was always the regular version, and when I rewatched for Critical, I watched the regular version of this. But then I kept reading about like the director's cut. So I'm like, okay, second time through, I'm going to put in the director's cut. And normally I'm not one to do a director's cut. Normally I'm like, there's a reason. Like, oh, I'm the director. I know what the best final cut should be. Whatever. This movie, though, I felt like the director's cut should be the cut everyone should watch.
Okay.
Because they really do take out a lot of important details. Have you guys seen the director's cut on
I
this?
believe I have.
How
yeah.
long is the director's
It's
cut?
maybe like 20, 30 minutes longer.
Okay.
2 hours, 20 minutes or something like that.
I wonder if that's the one that I watched.
Well,
then.
you'll know then, because like right here, there's a lot of important scenes. Like she's on the ship. There's a deleted scene of her talking to a nurse, and the nurse is like, she's like, "What about my daughters?" Ripley's asking about her daughter. She's like, "Well, your daughter died at age 66. Like
Okay.
her daughter has aged and died." And they showed a picture of her to her, like an old age picture of her daughter.
Okay, then I did not see it.
Yeah, like that's some pretty important stuff. In fact, the funny, not a funny thing, but a tidbit that the portrait that they actually show is actually Sigourney Weaver's real life mother. That's the photo they used.
That's a great move.
It's a great move. But even then they go back to the planet and they show what it was like there, like people living there and kids running around, and it shows them going out and discovering the ship, and then the first facehugger attacking, and then that's it. So there's a lot of things going on here, and they really don't in the normal cut. They just go, "Hey, you're on the ship. Hey, your hair's shorter, and now you live in this weird apartment with a weird, messy hallway with graffiti on it."
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, whoa, what just happened here? How much time passed? So I do think if anybody's out there and you haven't seen it, I really think we'll talk about it a couple times, but the director's cut, I think, is the way to watch this movie.
That makes sense. There are parts in the beginning, and I can understand probably why, but it felt like she was very almost, I won't say unfazed, but somewhat unbothered by the fact that 57 years have passed. Talking to Paul
get my
Reiser.
old job back.
Yeah, I just want my old job back. It's like it's been 57 years. Okay.
I highly doubt you'll be skilled enough to fly that plane that you used to fly 57 years ago.
Job has been replaced by a robot.
Have you seen the new Top Gun? That's only like a difference of what, like 25 years?
Yeah.
And that jet to today's jet is totally different.
Oh my God! You think about it. Think about a car. 57 years ago would be like 1965. I did that math. Wow. 1965. Think about what a car was back then to what a car is now.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to.
What the hell is a Tesla?
Yeah.
Tesla. That
Wait,
doesn't
like
make
Nikolai
any noise.
Tesla?
It's self-parallel parks. What's
I knew
parallel
him.
parking?
Tesla's still alive?
Oh wow!
Oh, so I'm not the only one. It's like, I just wonder. That's the thing. It's like it's been that freaking long. They're just a technology plateau that just happened, and I've got a Class 2 license. That means nothing now.
We have to renew our license every 5 years or whatever. Now, no, you're fine. Once you pass the test, you're good.
Yeah. And then it goes, and then you have like the debrief where it's like.
Yep.
And I swear to God, it happened this fast for me. Watching it my very first time watching full the way through. It happened this fast. Look, Ripley, this debrief is over. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Exoskeleton alien acid for blood, something that no other planet's ever heard of. This is done. You're crazy. Move along. We're done with this. To the next scene. Oh, crap. An exoskeleton alien with acid blood is now tearing through a community on this planet. What the heck?
It's just like the craziest, misogynist kind of like rhetoric that they have. Like obviously that's what they're going for, but it's just like, yo, those crazy alien acid blood monsters you're talking about, you just need some sleep, don't you?
Yeah.
You just had a hard day, you need to go to sleep. Why don't you have a nap and come back to us?
We get it. You're
just
tired.
Shut
it's
up,
like,
you woman.
I've been asleep for 57 years. I'm not tired.
Yeah.
But you're right. Even the woman on that board was like,
she was the one that said it.
Yeah, she's the one who's basically like, excuse me, the men are talking. Okay. It's like, good Lord, lady.
Oh my God!
I mean, that's the worst nightmare, though. Like I gotta say, when she does have that nightmare before this scene, it's like I said, like I used to think that once I got a stomachache, the chest burster would come out of me, and like I gotta imagine they were just like, yeah, no, it was a dream. Don't worry about it. But then, like in real life, you know, you have those like dreams where you have a stomachache in your dream, and you wake up and you're like, oh shit, like that was a horrible dream. I just wake up violently puking all the time, and I just need to change my life.
Yes.
Like that's my dream.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Take a Tums, Shaun. Take a Tums.
Never heard of him.
I've had when I was very young, I had appendicitis, so I had an appendectomy. I had my appendix pulled out, and they did it. Arthroscopically or whatnot, where they just use little tubes and they go in.
Science fiction.
Science fiction, right? Thank you. This is all made up. No. But one of those cuts was in my belly button. Ugh. So now I have a real thing like about like my belly button being touched, and this is not helping.
So like even the Matrix, like when that thing goes in the belly button. No,
it's
no,
just awful. It's the worst to me. This and the Matrix, yeah, those are literally my nightmares. I feel like someone could just open up my belly button.
Well, you know when you dig in there and it's that weird feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It's probably in this future alien trying to get out.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Or a bug trying to get in.
Hey, you never know.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Well, one thing that we know that they have fixed in the futuristic world of aliens is blue light. They obviously clearly have the ability to replace the corneas of our eyes with special filters to keep the blue light out. It's a standard procedure covered by insurance and done when you're 6 months old. Everybody gets it done. The people of the future know the harmful effects of blue light on our eyes, the same light that emanates from endless barrages of phones, TVs, and computers. In our modern world, we are learning those harmful effects, but we don't have the technology for cornea replacement yet. Luckily, Felix Gray has stepped up to create high-quality, stylish, comfortable glasses that filter out all the harmful blue light that's all around us. I actually have 2 pairs, one non-prescription pair for daily wear that I put in when I've got my contacts in. I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like, I got to get this week's episode notes ready to go. Oh, they're going to kill me. The other pair that has my prescription in it, and I wear them when I'm doom scrolling on Facebook in my bed going, no one likes my podcast. How come no one liked this Instagram post? So these glasses have become a permanent part of my life ever since Felix Gray jumped on board to support our podcast. We're so happy to spread the joy and all of the results to you guys. We love these glasses, and we really do truly think that everybody should get these. So don't hesitate. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/confused. That's FELIXGRAY glasses.com/confused. Free shipping, free returns, free exchanges. These guys are freaking awesome, and we know you're going to love a pair of these glasses.
See the future 57 years into the future.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
You
57 years into the future, you can see.
Yeah.
You can see. Yeah, just by
Blue
wearing
light.
one pair.
Blue light is gone then because of
go.
Felix Gray.
Boom.
Yeah.
I made all that up. Hopefully people will figure that out in the future. Maybe Felix Gray will. If you support them, they'll be the ones that figure it out. Scene 2, Ripley is introduced to the Colonial Marines on the spaceship Sulaco, but is distrustful of their android Bishop. A dropship delivers the expedition to the surface of LV-426, where they find the battle-ravaged colony and 2 live alien facehuggers in containment takes. The team locates the colonists beneath the fusion-powered atmosphere processor station and heads to their location.
In the scene before this, when they come to her and like, we need you to come with us. We do believe you now.
Oh, hey, by the way, we do believe you now.
Our bad.
Yeah, it turns out. Who'd have thunk? Well, you. Oh, wait. What the
So,
fuck?
like, you're going to tell me that I'm not crazy? No. We still think you're fucking crazy.
No.
We're not going to erase these notes we took on putting your file.
Yeah.
No.
She's,
We need your help.
She's like, you're going to destroy them, right? Like, to Burke.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guarantee it. The find of the century? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yep.
This is what I don't.
Killing them.
This is
Killing them
what
all.
I do not buy. I like if you went through what she went through.
Yeah.
What is the reasoning for you to want to go back?
There is none.
There's no valid reason for you to go back, even if it's like, well, yeah, then I can be the person that helps you get them. It's like, no, you understand that we probably have a pretty bad chance of getting them. So and then like not only going back, but then actively putting yourself back into cryo sleep.
Yeah.
After you've been there, like if you have control issues,
Yeah.
the last thing you're doing is going back into cryo sleep.
Yeah.
Because clearly something fucked up, and then you were there for 57 years. Let's go back and see if it works.
Well,
again.
let's just see if we'll try it again. I don't know. Well, third time's a charm, right? I don't know.
I wouldn't go back at all, but
Never.
I do get the mentality, I guess. I mean, it being our main character, there is that. But also just like I need to kind of see it through. I need to make sure that these things don't exist anymore. I need to see it with my own eyes in order for me to kind of move on with my life. You know,
She's got nothing. She's got no family. She's got nothing to live for.
I
at this
mean, you
point.
know, that's like if I can help exterminate like the most traumatic thing that happened to me in my life, then I might reconsider. You know,
2 things. I'll answer. I have the definitive answer for your original question, Mike. You know, what would compel you to do such a thing, to go back? But how long did it take to go back to that place if they had to go through cryo sleep? Are we
Wait
thinking,
Wait a minute.
Are we thinking that this is like trip to Mars? Like, oh, it's going to take us 8 months to get there. So, like, how long did it take them to get back? Why'd they have to go cryo sleep style for this trip over to where
You're
they're going?
right, because this little girl that we're going to meet, Newt, would have been living on this planet for that entire time. It doesn't feel like they would have needed to go into cryo sleep.
Yeah,
Right?
unless because I mean, and
what's the minimum distance that you have to go into cryo sleep?
Yeah, and for them to think that this is a worthwhile time investment of, because they're not going to say, it obviously can't be. It takes 57 years to get back, so there's a crisis over there right now. We want you to take 57 years and get back over there, and right?
That's very true.
So it's got to be like months, maybe
a month, maybe.
a month. What do you think?
I don't know. If I'm on a plane for more than 2 hours, I'd rather just be knocked out.
If I'm on a plane to go punch a face,
Yeah.
yeah.
If
just
I'm
knock me out.
on a plane for like more than an hour and a half, I would rather just have them like put a mask on my face
He's
and
absolutely
pass
right.
me out.
Actually, if
100%.
if you had the technology to drive from Des Moines, Iowa to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, like
And make it
in
feel
the blink of an eye, where you were just sleeping for 2 hours, you would do it.
That's true.
Like it's got
That's a good
getting
point.
getting
He's
a tooth pulled.
right.
Getting a tooth pulled, like they put you under or something like that, and you wake up and like nothing has happened,
Yeah,
and you wake up high as fuck.
Maybe
just-
they're high.
I just feel
That'd
like
be
at
great.
that point it would have been better for like morale and rapport to just sit around and play cards for a couple hours,
Dude,
rather
true.
than go through the the stasis process.
What do you guys think about all, like, we get this typical introduction of just like the rough and tumble military guys, and we've got all kinds of funny quips to say about things.
Ever been mistaken for a man? No, have you? Vasquez, you're so bad.
Got him.
Do you think
Let's
that
do more
you think it's possible for me to?
If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think we've been we haven't been equal opportunity punching in the facing.
Sure.
You know, it always seems to be a male that we punch in the face. I kind of want to punch Vasquez in the face.
Really?
I feel like it's equal
Why?
opportunity. I just feel like she's so mean.
You wanna?
I feel like she's so mean to everybody.
Was she questioning your masculinity?
Yes, she is. When she said that, I was like, "What do you mean?"
You mean you want to punch? You want to punch Jenel in the face? You want to punch John Connor's foster mom in the face?
Kinda.
Wow.
I'm not saying that that's my answer. I was just really hoping there was going to be a resounding yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently no. Okay, well,
It's
fine.
I mean,
Equal opportunity punching. I thought we were going to do that.
oh no, that's fine. No,
that's,
yeah.
I love it.
if
I
they
mean,
deserve it, I don't know, because she's
She's kind of okay. I'm saying in this first moment when you meet her,
yeah,
like you're like, God, she's.
yeah. You kind of.
Then I do like her towards the end. Though. You're right.
Yeah.
well. That's my problem with my most punchable face. I think it's Gorman,
Okay, the
God.
lieutenant.
the reluctant
Yeah, you're
lieutenant,
right.
You know, but he does kind of have a redemption.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe off screen, you know,
Yeah.
someone punched him and like he got that through his head then,
Right.
and I hope that was me.
That'd be nice. Let's see. I think, to be honest, I really want to punch Paul Reiser.
I
mean,
know.
yeah.
I really want to punch him.
There was a lot of stuff that he did a bunch of interviews, and he said that like even his own mom was like cheering when he died in this movie
Nice.
because of how well he portrayed the villain.
Yeah.
Like and the sinister villain too, like the guy that's willing to lie to your face and to like pretend like you're his friend to get what he wants, and who knows what he actually. A lot of it was implied, but like what he actually went through and what his plans were in this whole thing. We don't really get into it too big, but
Yeah, I questioned while watching this movie, like, did he have a directive? That's what I always thought. Did he have like orders from higher ups or anything? But then it kind of seems also that he just kind of did this on the fly, where he's like, well, okay, I have an idea.
yeah.
I'm gonna try and bring this back for myself, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
accolades and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. He's good though. I love Paul Reiser.
We talk about it a lot where if you can make yourself a terrible, like where everyone hates you in a movie, that's
Yes.
acting.
Yeah.
That is
Oh, yeah.
awesome acting.
And it's even like there's even well, it's the way I consider it. There's even like that subtle, almost condescension of him like calling her kiddo all the time.
I noticed that too.
You know, it's like, well, it's gonna have to. It's just the way it's got to be there, kiddo.
She's
you
like,
know?
I'm
It's
57
like,
years older than you.
Yeah, at least.
Technically.
At least.
it's always they're always like pushing that misogynist kind of thing with this,
Yeah.
and it does make you mad.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't think they push it too much. Where I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like I get it, they're misogynist, and she's the woman hero.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really well deserved because these characters are fleshed out really fucking quick.
Yeah.
Like you kind of seem to me anyway part of this crew right off the bat, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Lance Henriksen?
Lance Hendricks. Is that
Bishop?
Oh, Bishop? Oh, I love Bishop. Personally.
But they are making him out. The first time you see this, you're meant to believe that he's evil.
He could be like
Yeah.
he
I
could
think
turn or,
you are meant to believe that. In fact, there was like a deleted scene where he had these like crazy eye contacts that he was going to make a glance over at Ripley, like when she's like, "I don't trust you, stay away from me." He's like, "Of course." And then she was going to catch him like with this weird evil eye,
Weird.
like computer screen where she was like, "Fuck, I knew he was bad." But yeah, he's got such a unique way of delivering lines, and his face is so unique that, man, like,
I love it.
He's perfect for that role.
I agree. He is like one of my favorite roles. And again, really just getting to watch this for the first time and all I have to go off of is whatever kind of exposition they want to give from the previous movie.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's good that Paul Reiser's there to like kind of give that little bit, like like on her last trip, you know. It's like, but being Ripley, it's like, can you not talk about it so nonchalant? Because
she did.
it was mildly traumatizing, and you're just like,
Stay away from me.
There's one right next to me.
oh yeah, he's like, the last time she went out, I guess the artificial person went on a killing rampage. Ooh.
Right, caused her a lot of pain. I don't know.
Yeah.
She might be traumatized or something
Ooh.
like that.
It had to be an older model. Well, no, it was actually newer than you are.
What?
It's funny. Like Lance Henriksen was nervous to play an android because he was going to be compared to other famous portrayals, such as Ian Holm in the original Alien and Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner. To differentiate his portrayal, Henriksen played Bishop as a child who pities the short-lived humans.
Cool.
That was really
Interesting.
cool. It does make a lot of sense where he does seem like almost sad for them because they're definitely not up to his par.
Yeah.
But it seems like a sympathetic robot kind of role, which is cool.
100%.
I also really loved Al Matthews. He's the one who played Apone.
Yes.
I like him as the sergeant of the group. Like I felt like he did a really good job of being the like, I'm still one of you, but I'm also like in charge. So come on, listen to me. And he was actually a real life sergeant in Vietnam.
I believe it.
Which I think was a great call to get him as a good actor, get him in that role to then maybe be able to put, because I believe that this group was a little rough and tumble and a little bit normal in how they did things, but once things got going, they were like, we're in line, we're doing this, we're making sure this is good to go. Here we go,
100%.
We're on a mission.
Yeah,
and I think he had a big role in that.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I also really love the fact going back to all the mouth noises in this movie, the heavy breathing, him with his cigar.
The first thing
he does is pull that thing up and put it in there.
His eyes aren't even open. He's like,
No,
where's
he's
my
just
cigar?
like,
It's such like a character thing. Like I'm sure like maybe he came up with that. I like to believe. Like, just like, can I have a cigar like the whole time?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And like when Ripley goes up and is like, I feel like the fifth wheel. Is there anything I can do around here? And he's like, I don't know. Is there anything you can do?
And then she gets in the
chewing on it.
What do they call the machine like that you can get into?
Loader.
I don't know.
Dude,
that loader or something.
So James Cameron basically he must have had that idea for these things because then he takes it straight to Avatar. I mean, Avatar is kind of the same.
That's a good point.
The military guys have like the same thing. I love the idea of those suits and I wish they were real.
Oh, they're badass.
Cool.
Like being able to get in one of those and actually do it would be incredible.
Ooh, here's a prop.
I don't want the suit.
All right.
I don't want the suit. You can have it if you want.
Okay.
It sucks that I have the button here.
Yeah,
because
sure does. Yeah.
But when I'm going to tell you the prop I want from this movie, I guarantee you guys are not thinking of. I want her.
I'm not thinking of anything.
I want her Reebok boots. Those dope ass, clearly 80s, like Michael J. Fox Reebok, like high top boots that she has.
Dope.
I want a pair of those so bad.
Well played. I like that.
Man, I think I gotta take one of the fucking guns that they have, like not the huge like rig, like the pretty much Steadicam rig they have.
Yeah,
for those guns.
Steadicam rig.
But the official rifles or whatever.
They're
they have.
pretty badass.
The grenade launchers and
Flamethrower on the end of it.
Oh yeah. Actually, I want Ripley's.
Damn it!
No, sorry, AJ.
You can just shut up.
You can't. once it comes out of your mouth, you have to stick with it.
Yeah, I was gonna. God damn it! I was gonna say that
we can have equal punchable faces. So
That's
I mean, you're
true.
allowed to potentially say no. That's my prop too.
Well, I was gonna say the double gun at the end that she tapes it all together. She tapes together the two guns and everything.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's what you took.
Yeah, that's the one I took.
Then
you can take the loader. That'll help you like put your Christmas lights up.
I know. Then I won't ruin another knee. I'll just use the loader.
You know how like convenient that would be? I work in a warehouse. You know how convenient that would be just to like we'd be done by now.
I love how somebody took the time to write this in the script to be like, well, we got to have a flashing light on it. and it has to beep, and you have to say, backing up when you're backing up. Like they took the time to do that and film that. It's like, I don't care about that in a movie. Just do it. Just swing around wildly. Everybody knows what's going on.
James Cameron was just like, give me a forklift, but make it a transformer.
And make it OSHA approved.
And make it OSHA approved. For God's sake, I don't need any more questions on this set.
OSHA came in like, okay, so yeah, it seems like a pretty safe set. It's like, no, I want you here just for this.
Watch, ready, right when he decides to go backwards, weep, 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 the light goes off. Like, we're good.
OSHA's like, that's cool as fuck.
We should do that. Call up Henry right now, get him down to the set.
It's just rad. Yeah, I'm going to... Just because, unless I think of something else, I'm going to take the loader, even though I already have enough hard of a time, keeping up with maintenance on my mower. I don't know. I'll take the loader though. I'll take the loader.
This scene as we're getting here, as we're coming down to the planet, like the drop zone sequence.
Oh yeah.
is so cool to me. Like when they're all like, here we go, and that ship drops. I love how violently that ship is dropping, but it's like when you're on an airplane and you're going through really serious turbulence, like the worst you've ever been through, there's always still that one guy that's just sleeping in his chair. That's
Whatever.
Like, whatever. And that's Hicks. Hicks is sleeping in this movie just like, I've done this a million times. I don't
Hicks
even care.
is the best.
Is Hicks your favorite military guy? And we're meant to believe that, right?
Is that Paxton or whatever?
Michael
No,
Biehn.
yeah,
Michael Biehn.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's pretty fucking cool. I think like he goes with the best ideas, like as we'll see like later on. You know, like he's like, well, as a leader, like he's very, very cool. He's like the cool one of them. You know, you got your grunts, and then you got your comic relief, and then you got Michael Biehn.
Yeah.
He's far from what you would consider like your normal hero, right? Like because if Ripley wasn't there, then Hicks would be your hero
Definitely.
of this movie, right?
Right.
But it's so cool to see that he is a hero support player.
Yes.
And I think that's the coolest thing. It's hard for me to describe, but maybe that's a good way to say it.
And that they didn't push a love story.
Correct.
Right.
I mean, they can hint at it, and that's
Sure.
fine, like some flirting and stuff, but
Some
they
tension.
didn't. Any other movie would have been like, love story.
Yeah.
It could even be friendly. Like it seems more like it does seem like they're attracted to each other,
Yeah.
but it does seem more friendly and
Respectful.
yeah, respectful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, go ahead. You want to move on to scene 3, or what's up?
Well, I
man?
was just going to tell you, I did tell you that I would answer your question and what would compel somebody
Okay.
to go and do this again. Apparently, it's getting her pilot job back, her 9 to 5.
Well, that's how they put it in the thing. But again, why do you care?
Oh, I can get my 9 to 5 back. Fuck yeah, I'm in.
Dude, if I went
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
wait. Let's put it into Shaun. Okay, so Shaun disappears into cryosleep for 57 years,
Yeah.
and he comes back, and his company's like, "Listen, sorry, you don't have your driver's license anymore. You can't be driving these trucks.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to just be on the loading dock.
Oh.
But you can go into the most hostile area of the world, and if you succeed." Which you probably won't. You can come back. You can get your old job
Get
back.
your old
Are
job.
you doing it?
Right. Yeah, I think I quit. Yeah, I think I quit.
But hey, think 57 years. Minimum wage has probably gone up quite a bit. not inflating
Let's do
that
it.
you're
Let's
making
do
it.
it.
So is inflation.
Let's do
Damn it! Her shitty little apartment that she lives in is like
Yeah.
4 million space bucks.
Yeah,
a month.
4 million space bucks. They have the same currency as space balls.
Space bucks.
It's the
Universal
same
ca-
universe.
Yeah, come on,
There's an
man.
alien in that movie.
Yeah, it's the same universe, dude.
Everything in the future, if it involves space, it's space bucks.
Yes.
not space dollars.
Space bucks,
Space
dude.
bucks.
So at the station center, the Marines find opened eggs and dead facehuggers alongside the cocoon colonists. The Marines kill an infant alien after it bursts from a colonist's chest, rousing multiple adult aliens who ambush the Marines. Ripley acts quick to get them out of there. A stowaway alien kills the pilots, and the dropship crashes before they can be rescued.
Something pretty cool about where they were filming this. They filmed a lot of it in Pinewood, where Stanley Kubrick did a lot of set work for, I think it was The Shining. But the location that they filmed, like all pretty much like the colony, or like when they're inside the facility and everything like that, was at Acton Lane Power Station in London, which is also where they filmed the power plant in 1989's Batman, Tim Burton's Batman.
Really?
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense. The blue, green, dark hue. Yeah, that makes sense. The lighting's the same. I can tell.
And also, they're like convoy looks like the Batmobile.
Yo, you're right.
yeah.
Their vehicle that they have, it looks like the Batmobile, like straight up.
I would agree with that.
So, like, do we have any sympathy at all for the Xenomorphs? Because, like, you know, they're just they're here. They've been here for 57 years. They're doing their thing. You know, like, they took over a native species and claimed the land as their own, and now this is our land, and who cares about the native species?
Right.
And, like, they're just hanging out, and then all of a sudden this other, like, race shows up and starts killing their babies? Like, are we mad that they're fighting back now?
They were designed to kill humans.
Yeah. So were the Indians.
Yeah.
So were the Indians.
Designed?
Yeah. Good.
What?
I just picture you. I just picture you with your tinfoil hat just now.
I'm comparing this. I'm comparing this to. Never mind. I don't care.
No,
humanize the goons.
Yes.
Humanize the goons. Like Xenomorphs are just hanging out. They just want to be friends. They're having cigarettes. They're smoking.
No, you're right.
They're hanging with their friends.
They're just like
they're at the bar.
They're fucking having the bar.
Yeah, they're fucking a lot.
They're fucking a lot.
Yeah.
a lot.
Like
There's a sex room later in
And
this
do you
movie.
think it's like yes? Do you think it's
There is.
do you think they all have the one mom and they all have the same wife? And it's their mom as well.
I do. I think the mom is also the wife,
Okay,
but they never
So
get
they all-
married.
So it's like a bees situation.
that's
Yeah.
like their job.
Queen bee.
I
Yes.
assume is that like she borns them.
She borns
And
them.
Jason
they
Bourne.
go out and they do killing and they smoke and they have a good time.
Right.
They don't fuck each other, but then they have like scheduled times where they go into mom's
To sex
house
room. Yep.
and fuck mom for more.
She's in the sex swing, and they're just like, okay, here we go. We got to get more.
yeah,
It's true. So her husbands are her kids,
yeah.
probably. So we're breaking that down. Do you think they have like rough days at the office or something? Keep in mind, there's no humans coming around or anything. It's just
It's
like
pretty slow day.
It's a
just
slow day.
It's a slow day here at the I don't know what do aliens do. It's
Alien factory.
at the body slime factory.
There it is.
You know what I mean? So at the lube factory, they just all work at a lube factory.
Yep.
That work was rough today.
God, I know it's a slippery slope, ain't it?
Just a little alien
man.
joke there.
Yeah, a little-
Shit, my alarm just went off. I got to go fuck mom.
Later, Troy.
Oh shit, mom's calling me. Oh, I'm late. Well, maybe she's late. I don't know. I'll go find out.
I'd like to point out, I do this many times. There are many movie podcasts that have dissected the movie Aliens, and none of them have talked about this, and that's why you guys like us so much.
Do you think one of
Or
them
hate us. I don't know.
I don't know.
One of them ends up just coming home who's like new or something. It's like, honey, I'm home. It's like, boy, you would not believe the day I had today. It's like, Ricky, what are you doing in
You're my dad and my brother, and
my
I don't even know.
You told me you were scheduled tomorrow.
my cousin's brother is sleeping with my mom, who's also my wife. We'll be right back with more Jerry Springer after this.
Oh my god.
We'll be right back with more Slime Factory.
All right.
Zeno Springer.
Let's get serious here. So anyway, the score of this movie.
Hey, Mom!
No, the score of this movie really does like. Okay, so you don't see in fact in the director's cut, you don't see an actual alien until maybe 70 minutes into this movie.
Yeah.
75 minutes in this movie.
Holy crap.
But the tension is there, and I think a lot of that does have to do with a few things. The score is very understated, but like it's kind of just building up as we go. And also that stupid thing they have that shows if motion's happening.
It is very, it's such a good device to have this in this movie. It is all of the tension for me.
Yep.
Like that is because like a lot of the time when they look at it, they're like something big's coming. There's a lot of them too. There's something big's coming for us. And the music kind of drops out at that point, you know.
And it's just going.
It just keeps getting closer,
Picking up speed or
it's
whatever
a pulse,
too.
it's a beat. You
Shaun,
know?
we're going to a haunted house tomorrow. I would rather be going uh-oh, and somebody jumps out and scares me than be holding a device that goes, okay, Shaun, something's coming at us, but we're not going to see it for about 10 seconds.
Right.
Now 9 seconds, now 8 seconds. I would rather just have them jump out and get me.
Yeah.
That as far as anxiety goes, I guess, right?
No, like I said, it's the most tension building about like this is what I remembered most about this movie rewatching it was how I felt while watching these scenes as a kid. I'm like, well, what is it? Like what's going on? You know?
What is it?
I think it's brilliant. It's such a good plot device for this film. I love it a lot.
The when they find the lady of the wall
Okay.
with the little, you know, baby alien dick in her or whatever, that thing that pops out.
Yeah, it's a baby alien.
Baby alien. Yeah, it's pretty phallic. It's that whole like when her eyes pop open, I knew it was
Worst.
coming.
Everyone knows it's
It
going
was
to happen.
still the worst.
Yes.
Dude. And it's just, and then for it to just be like, kill me. And
that's the first thing that she says. That's got to be bad.
It's just, I don't want
Not even like, let's see if you can save me. It's just like, kill me.
Like, no, there's no hope if I'm alive.
Do it right now.
There is a point where it doesn't matter how hardcore Marine you are. You literally say, cool, I'm out, dude. Yeah, you took my gun away, and then I just saw that wall art that talked to me. I'm out.
Well, see, that's the thing too. It's like they, what's the commander's name? Sorry,
Hicks or
no,
the guy calling the shots. The dickhead.
Haribo. I don't know.
It is. We should just get it right. You know what I mean? It's Gorman.
Gorman. Thank you.
Gorman's calling the shots, and he tells the the team leader to disarm everybody. But the team leader doesn't tell him why.
Yes.
Like, Gorman knows why.
They could have just said why.
Yeah, because there's, like, active explosions that could happen if they fire these incendiary rounds.
Nuclear explosions.
Yeah, they could end the entire planet that they're on. But he doesn't tell the team why.
Bad move.
I mean, it doesn't end up mattering at all.
Well, it does, but I think it does. I think that is the act that
creates
starts the nuclear explosion.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, because I think if I get this correct, like, they shot rounds into, like, the piping system, which then, because as the movie goes on, those pipes get redder and redder. You ever notice that? Like, they're like bright red because they're heating up and the coolant and stuff. So I think that I had the same reaction when I was trying to be critical here. I was thinking that, oh, like, don't shoot it because something bad will happen. Shoots it, nothing bad happens. But I think they are trying to imply that this scene did cause the damage.
Okay, cool. I
think.
like that.
For when they look out the window or whatever.
Or just for them to, she's like, you know, don't fire weapons in that room, but then they actually do. Right. And I think this causes the chain reaction that eventually creates the explosion.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Gorman too, I hate, like, I can probably get like this sometimes too, but like in a heightened situation where things are just going wrong and you like thought you planned this all through, you know, and just to like kind of go silent when something goes wrong, you know, and like, but you're the commander, you're supposed to be like being asked questions and supposed to respond, you know, and he's not responding at all. And Ripley just kind of takes over. I hate that so much. I'm sure everyone can get like that, you know, but like having the headstrongness of like Hicks, I assume, to have the wherewithal to know that Ripley knows what the hell's going on. Yeah. Like, you got to get out of there. Like, this is like, they are not to be fucked with. They have acid blood. If you even try to kill them, they try and kill you back, even in death.
Oh, no.
They try to kill you back when you try to kill them.
Yeah.
Even
That's
without
not
even
trying.
trying.
To fuck with.
No, not at all.
But I love how she takes command of this. And speaking of Sigourney Weaver, she was nominated for Best Actress in this movie. She should have fucking won this. This is honestly, I'm going to say, probably the best female performance of all time. Maybe the best performance of all time.
Like strong woman role kind of a thing, or just of all time?
I would even say strong. Like there's the hero in movies, you know, and they are usually men. But in this case, yes, she is a woman. I think she supersedes that and just becomes the best hero in a movie that I have ever seen. Straight up, I think it is. She's the most layered. She's not only strong, she's a mother in this movie.
Yep.
She's very commanding. She's very forthright. She knows what's going on. She's very smart. She's very clever.
Mm-hmm.
It's
loves
loves cats. Great trait. Everything you want in a hero, right? She embodies.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any better character out there. I'm very serious.
No,
I really
think
don't.
You're right, man.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I also love that they didn't fall into the trope of all of a sudden she's a badass.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
She's out of necessity. She's a badass.
Yeah. We get to see kind of how she learn more about guns and like the weapons they have of today or whatnot, right? And that she had to take command because she is the person who kind of knows. And I just like that it didn't fall into the trope that she is all of a sudden badass, cue up badassery music and a montage of arming up, you know? Yeah. We got an arm up, but it was the coolest way to do it, just taping two guns together.
Right.
So.
Well, you know, if we're talking about like amazing acting performance by a woman, we can also talk about a terrible acting performance as a woman. Newt, what the fuck is Newt? What is the whole point of what is the point of her being there? And like, just some of the fucking like when she says it's getting dark. They mostly come at night. Mostly.
I do like that
What?
line.
No
Mostly.
way.
I think that's one of my favorite lines because it comes right after one of the other best lines. We're
He says
Bill Paxton.
There's in like 20 seconds there's two of the funniest lines ever.
Game over, man.
over, man.
Game over.
His
Little
Game
voice,
over.
His voice crack is amazing.
She's also like, it's gonna get dark soon. I was like, well, then what do you call this? Because it's dark.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking dark.
It's already pretty freaking dark, bro.
Mostly dark.
Daylight is mid daylight. Daylight is dusk, like on Earth. I've never been to Earth, but yeah, it's daylight, kind of like on Earth.
Mostly dead. How can it be mostly dead? Like it's like how can it be mostly dark? Like how can it be
And how do they mostly come?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
gonna
Because
leave it.
sometimes they
hey.
with the mom and everything.
Long day at the office. Okay.
Whoa.
Wait.
All right, so scene 4, the group barricades himself into a safe space to figure out what to do. Bishop volunteers to travel to the colony transmitter and remotely pilot the Sulaco's remaining dropship to the surface. After falling asleep in the medical laboratory, Ripley and Newt awaken to find themselves trapped with the 2 released facehuggers but are rescued just in time. The aliens attack again, killing Burke, Gorman, and Vasquez. Newt is captured by an alien.
Are we sure, like, if I was going to get attacked by one of these aliens, at this point we've seen 3, like, the stages, apparently, like, of growth of alien.
Roughly-ish.
Maybe. Something like that. Well, I guess a few, but facehugger or xenomorph, like, full bore, like, xenomorph. I'll take the xenomorph. I don't want those facehuggers around me at all. Those things are the worst.
They're smaller and slipperier.
The fear of like something inside of you too, like something being like having eggs in you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how women do it. Like that's just a weird thing.
Well, and these things have a vagina that inserts to you.
That's true. Yeah.
Like those things. Did you see that thing in the tube?
I didn't like it.
Like this
the
is
way it's rubbing up against the.
Yeah, like it's like
very Tremors
swathing.
arm.
Yes.
Yeah. I was not a fan. It's like in Russia, vagina fucks you. You know, it's just like I don't know. It's like,
don't say it under your breath. Say it. What are you doing?
You get it. You get it.
You could have had this.
I
would have been.
Pull it away from him.
I'm sorry, guys.
Said it under your breath. Be
I know,
confident with it, man.
I didn't commit, but it's just
commit to the bit.
It's true.
Dude, there was a sick director's cut scene here, though, that did not make it into the original movie, where they're barricaded in there. They set up these 2 dope-ass remote machine guns in a hallway in a tunnel.
Sentry guns.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
Yes.
Was that in the real movie?
No.
Okay, yeah. And it's down this long tunnel because they're going to attack us from this
Right.
tunnel. We can remotely fire these. It's such an awesome scene where these guns are going and they're starting to overheat and they're running out of bullets. They're like, we're not going to be able to stop them. And they end, like, they both overheat with like 10 bullets left in them, and the Xenomorphs have retreated. Tension building as fuck.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
I mean, even like the deleted scenes in this with the director's cut and everything, the amount of like turmoil that we like discussed in the beginning of this episode of that James and all the producers went through is just insane. Like I don't know if you guys know, but if you've ever done anything on video or like tried to write something and then film it, it doesn't work half the time ever. Like it doesn't work out the way you want it to.
It never works out.
Never works out the way you want it to. And you take the best thing that you can get. And with making a film like this, and as good as it is, I can't even imagine like even like the deleted scenes being that good and being that tension filled, you know, and adding so much more to the movie.
Usually when you're like, cool. Remember when DVDs came out and you'd be like, oh, deleted scenes, and you go, yeah, I don't really like these. I can see why they didn't make it in the movie. These were like, why are they not in the movie? They're so good.
Yeah. I mean, the story, it adds so much to the story, and I just can't believe, like, with a movie like this, that it was even done. Like, all signs should have pointed to this movie being a disaster, and it's not because of James Cameron, the cast, Sigourney Weaver in particular, and Gale Ann Hurd. And it's incredible.
Despite the British crew.
All their tea breaks involved, yeah.
We made it past that.
I bet those deleted scenes If you watch those deleted scenes, if you panned over to the right or left, there's just like people sitting in chairs, like, oh, cool.
I hope the scene turns out good.
Oh, wow.
Well, they had to cut it because there was too much audio and noise in the back of.
Cheerio.
Oh, delicious tea.
I like milk in my tea. That's how we do it.
3 lumps, please.
God, I hear there's a character called the Queen in this movie.
We do have fans in England. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Actually, I will talk to you about your English Premier League soccer all day long. I love you. Don't be mad at us.
You've made great punk music too. So
There's also, speaking of just like turmoil and just gross anxiety, is Bishop crawling down that pipe.
Oh, I wanted
yeah.
to talk about this, man, and I love it so much, and I love this. Again, adds to his performance as an android or what have you, and he's just I'll do it. I mean, I'm not stupid, but I mean I don't want to go down there, but I'm the one
programmed to help. I have to keep you alive, and this is the only way. So I'll do it.
I'm the one who knows how to remote pilot that thing. So who else is going to do it? It's just like, and I like that because it shows a non-human idea of what is that? Just reason of just like, well, no, I'm the one who has to do it. But I love the little scene when he's getting into that tube, Shawshank style.
Oh. Yeah,
and
that shot is completely uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh, when it's him crawling.
Yeah,
just
and he's got how many miles to go?
Well, you see that little light at the end. You're like, well,
Well,
first of all, why is there a light at the end if it's dark outside?
Yeah, no kidding.
So I'll throw that out there.
Good
Well,
point.
you know, there's like a bunch of flashing lights.
No,
all over the
no,
goddamn
no,
place.
you don't know what you're talking about.
But I love it. I love it when he's got his hands him like the suitcase or something, and then I think it's like Vasquez hands him somebody hands him the pistol, and
Oh yeah,
he takes it. He's like, I don't need that. What the hell is that going to do for me?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to do a damn thing for me. If I get caught by these xenomorphs, I'm done. Like,
and supposedly there was supposed to be a scene where one was going to find him in there, and there was going to be a tense scene, but I don't even think they filmed that. I think that was just meant to be a part of the plot where he kind of escaped a xenomorph being inside of that tunnel, which would have been even worse, terrifying. But
Yeah.
I think like a face hugger got into the tube,
or they were
coming
like they
after
knew
him.
he was in there, and they were like trying to get him through the pipe or something.
Well, I was wondering
See?
why she sealed it back up when he got
Right.
in there, and I
Yeah.
guess there's an opening, but still, it's just I guess that might be why.
And I also thought about this too, is maybe he didn't need or want the gun if he's got his knife, and I'm sad that we never got a shot of him using a knife other than to play the fingers game.
Play the fingers game on the damn heart of that goddamn alien.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I wish we would have gotten a scene of him utilizing his knife skills.
That'd have been fun.
Like, just even if it was just the obvious of like throwing a knife into a face hugger that was trying to get him, that was building a lot of tension or something. But then again, that's all I really wanted, just for us to see a little bit more of his like expertise as that android person, I guess, if I'm being super picky.
Speaking of tension, this whole damn scene when they go to sleep, Ripley and Newt, the entire scene is probably the most, I don't know about you guys, but the most tension filled that I've felt.
Being trapped in that room.
Yeah, but like before they go to sleep, she's like tucking her in and everything, and she's like, yeah, you're gonna have some dreams. Like, well, I have really bad dreams. Like, well, your doll will have some dreams. Your doll, like, she might share your dreams. Like, it's a headless fucking doll. Are you insane? I'm not sure if I feel safe with you right now, to be honest.
She literally just basically was like, Ripley,
I need you to.
It's a fucking doll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been here for 57 years waiting for you. And now you want to talk about my doll head? That doesn't even have a body?
I'll be here when you wake up. You cross your heart, hope to die. Cross my heart, hope to. Let's just skip that.
Why do we say that?
Let's just skip the hope to die. Because we're in a very serious situation where we could die. Let's just skip over that.
Also, cross my heart. It's very emo. We're trying to be,
Yeah.
This is more industrial.
Yeah.
This is more industrial music.
Hashtag glow sticks.
Hell yeah, dude.
Was this scene in the regular cut? Because now I'm having major trouble distinctive between the two. But Burke, there's a scene where Burke actually, like, we know that Burke did this, which is kind of weird to think that he like transport him in there, and how did he do that? anyway, or you just knew they were already in there, but he turns the TV off.
Right.
Is that in the regular cut? Okay,
Yes.
cool. I couldn't remember if that was a director's cut, but that is cold-hearted. Like, that's when
Fucking
you know,
slimy.
wow, man. Like, it's enough to know that you did it, but then to be like, we're going to turn this off because it's about ready to go down. That's tough.
And in front of everybody too. Like they were,
Yeah.
they could have just glanced over while he did that,
Yeah.
but like he just got him when they were looking away.
And it's just another, like I say, testament to Paul Reiser's performance in this. There could have easily been the devious look, the building, tones behind the look. It's like, no, we didn't do that. That's not his character. He's trying to do this, and he has his own agenda. And the fact that that his performance just allowed him to do that.
It's the coldness of it. It's the cold, like not even no reaction.
It's not even devious. It's sick.
It's just out of pure self-improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very terrifying for what he's doing.
The way that when Ripley wakes up and the eggs or the canisters are tipped over, just kind of rolling. It's so creepy, because you know what's gonna happen, like, and that thing just pops out, traps it under the bed. When she eventually like tosses it away from her, the way that it just like immediately gets up, is so terrifying, and just scurrying over to her. Like the effects in this are so good. What do you got? Let's talk about that a little bit. What do you guys think about like the xenomorphs in general being on camera, being real in camera, and as well as the puppets of the face grabbers?
I think it's solid.
Yeah,
to be honest, I'm kind of I had no problems watching it now, like today. I didn't have an option to watch it in standard definition, and so watching it in HD, I thought it sounded great, as good as that right there.
Hey.
I thought it looked really, really, really good. I believed it. I think some of the xenomorph stuff maybe was more like bodysuit style to me, but I didn't care. Yeah.
No. This is fine. Like everything is fine. The way they did it, it's not one of those movies where you go, well, back then it was this, but now it's like, I just think it was very well done. All those effects.
Just enjoyed watching it.
It's the way that it should be, to be honest. Like don't CGI these things. Like they are
make it timeless.
Make it time. Like be creative with your fucking lighting. For crying out loud,
Or wait 70 minutes before they're on the screen.
There you go.
Don't just show them right away.
Yeah, if you've seen the original Alien, you know what they look like. But do you know what a horde of them looks like? No, you don't. Like that's the creepy part.
That's the and that I think is there's the scariness of the silent killer assassin, which I believe is more of the first one, right? Is that right?
I mean, yeah, I think they are this too, but as a group more.
But this, they're a horde.
Yeah,
and that's the other.
But they are still trying to creep in the vents and shit. But
of course,
you're right.
But there's 1,000 of them, or however many, right? Instead of just one that you don't know and that you can't keep track of, or I think I'm glad that it's a different type of tension and scariness rather than what the first one must have been. I think there was one other thing I was going to say, but now I can't think of it, so we'll just move on.
Final scene, Ripley descends into the processing station hive alone to rescue her. She finds Newt, and during their escape, they encounter the Queen alien. Ripley uses her weapons to destroy the eggs. Pursued by the enraged Queen, Ripley and Newt join Bishop and Hicks on the dropship and escape moments before the station explodes. Aboard the Sulaco, the group is ambushed by the Queen, who's stowed away in the dropship's landing gear. Ripley fights the creature and expels it through an airlock into space. Ripley, Newt, Hicks, and Bishop enter hypersleep for their 57-year return trip to Earth. I added that at the last second.
Okay.
So my issue here is that actually these final scenes are where I like the movie the most, and I also don't like the movie the most. This whole final stuff. Some of this is a little contradictory, like the Marines. I was thinking about this on the drive over. Ripley's like, we can't go back for your stupid Marine friends who you've known for 15 years and have spent your entire life with. They're dead. We can't go back for them. We're assuming they're dead.
Right.
There's a little girl who I've known for 24 hours who we have to go back for.
not even 24 hours.
Yeah, like I don't. I know it's a kid, but it's also like, she'll be fine. She already survived the last couple years.
Yeah.
She'll figure it out. Or more likely, she's probably already dead.
Yeah.
Just get the fuck
Well,
off.
and like I guess I do understand, but like they capture her. And one thing that I question, and I don't think it's a flaw for me, but I did question it, whereas like who do they take and who do they just like kill off?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they take the young girl to have face hug.
Yeah, like lay eggs in or something.
Yeah,
or,
I struggle saying that. But like, does it matter to them? Like, why do they choose a little girl over like a hardened military man or something like that?
Right.
You know, like it doesn't quite make sense.
Correct. Yeah.
But only for the movie's plot.
Well, we need it because if they just left
right
and let the thing nuke, like we don't have that final standoff.
I do have to say though, in that aspect where they're trying to come up with the plan of what to do, Hicks or Ripley was like, we should just nuke the entire planet. Like that's what we should do.
Yep.
And then Hicks eventually is just like, yeah, I think we should nuke the entire planet. I just like how he's just like, ideas, man.
I thought about it for a second. Yep, I think we're in.
I like that
I
a
think
lot.
we should do it.
it's just another point of admiration, 100%. I have this. I keep going back to why is Newt there, and it's literally just a lazy plot device. I can't get over it right now. I'm sorry.
It is. I get it. I think about it from the mother perspective is
Yeah.
a big deal. I think this is a really big deal of her, the power that women can have. I've watched it with my wife, like the insane transformation that happens to a woman when they have a child. Like I think they're playing on that, but you're right. Like they could have very easily, it could have been Hicks down there or something, or it could have been her getting mistakenly left and them coming to rescue her. We didn't really need Newt here.
It is a good
and also
metaphor.
terrible name.
Yeah, it is a good metaphor because there is the queen. Eventually, we do see, and like you said, do we not have a little bit of sympathy for the aliens? You know, like, and she
literally just went in and killed all of her kids.
Yeah.
Like
she goes in and kills all of her kids. Like, I think that is. We'll get to that scene, but
wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, we'll get there. I don't even. I do want to make one weird comparison. If you guys remember the Ninja Turtles NES game, like that, not the arcade style one, but the other one.
Yes.
There's this notorious level of there's a swimming level where you're swimming and there's these laser beams that turn off and on. I just saw that in my head of when that drop ship's flying in and they're trying to land. There's just lightning. It would go lightning and then it would stop and they'd fly past it. Lightning. Like, that's the Ninja Turtle swimming level. It's happening right now.
You're 100% right.
I wish I knew which one happened first because, I mean, somebody stole something from somebody.
Yeah, they definitely turned that into a Super Nintendo side scroller. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I
we
think
didn't
so.
talk about it too much, but Burke meets his end satisfyingly, but not too satisfyingly. I wish we could have seen like a more violent end to this piece of shit. You know,
You're right. That would have been a lot more.
He just opens the
satisfying.
door, and then there is a alien there, which happens a couple times. It is like a kind of they do it like twice. It is a device they use where it's just like, that character's gone now, and we just don't see it.
Right.
I wish we could have seen him get a little bit more mangled.
Yeah.
Just because he is like the shithead of the story.
I agree. You always want like you. It's the weird, twisted kind of way. It's like, no, I need to see this mofo die.
Yeah.
No, I need to see this guy get offed. Like, and it's unfortunate every time that we don't get that payoff. You know, you don't get that money shot of that dude just getting his head taken off by a tail or getting impaled by the mouth inside the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
We needed that.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's what we needed.
The reveal of when she is in the den and the reveal of the queen.
When everything just goes, like everything just shuts off the noise and you're like,
no noise,
fuck.
no music, no nothing, and she just looks up and sees this giant fucking alien xenomorph. Cool ass name.
Wait, what'd you call him in the beginning?
Viper crawlers.
Way better.
Viper crawlers.
That's a biker gang.
Come on.
Hell's Angels.
Even better than that, though, she comes alive and the head kind of sticks out.
Ugh.
She sees, or like there's like this kind of an unspoken tension between them.
Yep.
Like, I got my kid and here's all your kids. I have this flamethrower. Here's what it can do. She shows you what it can do.
You don't need to speak the same language.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a motherly thing. It's a mother connection they're having, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire hurts in all languages.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, doesn't matter what it is.
It burns in all
Fire,
dialects.
bad.
I do love also when the egg opens up and her look is the best fucking look. This is why she needed an Oscar for this movie. That look
hell
alone,
no.
it was, well, she's just like, you broke my trust. Now look what you made me do. You know, it's so good.
I know I 100% agree with you, but I also wonder, like, she's not controlling these eggs to open up. So in my opinion, like the mother queen alien's not controlling that egg. It opened up and she can be like, no egg. Hey, alien, come back here. We've got to choose. Because like in theory, she didn't have to do this. She could have backed out,
Right.
gotten in an elevator, gone up, gotten on the dropship, and left. And the alien would be like, haha, fooled them. I got all these aliens ready to, and then nuke would have exploded. And they would have been fine. We wouldn't have had any of this tension. But she had to go and burn the eggs.
We could have gotten a chase scene out of it, you know, if she hadn't done the scorching of the earth. But I don't know. I like
Makes for a better movie.
I did have that moment of like, oh, poor little guys. Like, I kind of had that.
You're not born evil. You're taught evil.
Yeah,
so they had a chance.
Yeah, maybe they had a chance. You know.
Maybe one of them could have been kind of a nice pet.
That's right. Maybe one of them was nice. Maybe one of them was the hero of another like alien story, like an Outcast story.
Well,
but
and
we didn't get it.
If the Xenomorphs are showing this on film, like, you know, this is the second one where the evil actually does bad, and now they'll have a third one where we get our revenge, you know.
Right.
So that could have been the star of it.
Yeah.
Could have been Luke Skywalker.
Although I am thinking now, if you did have one of those as a pet, like it would probably require being stroked off a lot.
That's weird.
Because it's trying to get rid of like its eggs or like its implantation of the alien all the time. So you have to like stroke it off and like let it get it out.
Wait, for which part?
For the little
ahead.
crawlers, the facehuggers.
Yeah.
You probably have to, if you kept one as a pet.
Oh, okay.
Like, and you coaxed it into being a good guy. You probably have to stroke it off to get the egg out a little here and there.
I see. So they have to shoot their eggs out.
Yeah, like you could temper the beast into not face hugging anybody anymore.
Are you talking about red rocketing a face hugger?
Yes.
Is that what we're gonna talk about?
Yes, that's where I'm going with this.
Very
wow.
Very intense.
Wow.
I'm just asking the real questions.
You're right.
We get deep down. We ask the real questions.
So do the face huggers. They get deep down.
Deep right in that throat.
I laughed so hard last night. It might have been that I was a couple whiskeys deep, but picturing the Queen getting in the elevator and listening to elevator music. Just being like like there's explosions going on around, and she's just going, God, these elevators take forever.
There's a xenomorph bellhop. It's like he's going up there.
Listen, like reading a magazine. Oh, Farrah Fawcett's on the cover of People again. That's cool.
It's quite possibly one of the funniest like visions I've had in my head is of the Queen sitting there with the fucking elevator music.
Queen gets on the thing.
And then it opens, it's like, ah!
Oh yeah! She gets on. Oh, Xavier, how's it going? Oh, Queen, having a good day? Uh-huh.
Not a very good day.
Not a good day thus far. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I don't see you out of the cave much often.
No.
Guess you could say it's been a little heated in here.
Kids are acting up. That bitch woman across the universe is acting up again.
Yeah.
You know how I was talking about this on Back to the Future about how many movies will be like, it's a 10-second countdown and it takes 4
I knew you were
minutes.
going to do this.
Yeah.
And we're at Back to the Future. I was super proud of them for like the 1 minute was 121 was a minute and 21 seconds. The 4 minutes was 5 minutes. Like that's pretty good. This was 15 minutes to the second.
Wow.
From when that thing goes, you have 15 minutes to get to a safe distance. From when it says that to when it blows up, it is 15 minutes.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's incredible. That is such an amazing thing.
That's great editing.
Yes, amazing that they. Yeah, so I feel like they never set a time, and then they edited the whole thing. They go, "That's 15
Yeah,
minutes."
that's true.
So now we'll
That's
overdub
true.
it.
I was gonna say,
who cares though?
If they did it in the movie first, like the editor's just like,
No,
"Oh,
it has to be
Jesus,
15 minutes.
Okay, so I got to cut this second out of this. You know, I got to cut this little bit out of this just to make
No.
it perfect.
No, I gotta cut the elevator scene.
I got it to 15. I got it to 15:07. Is that close enough?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Actually, you're fired.
You're fucking fired.
You're fired. I'm going to have somebody else come in and do this. Okay. That's
Fine, 7 seconds.
You mean I got to cut more of the elevator? You mean I got to cut more of this?
It's my favorite part.
With the bellhop scene? Damn it.
Xander the bellhop. All the xenomorphs have names that start with X. I just decided that, by the way.
Xavier, Xander,
Xander,
Xavier,
Xylophone,
Zykel,
Zykel,
Shaun,
Shaun,
ZJ,
Zrag.
Why does an X have start with a Z? I
Yeah,
don't know.
like why is it
What's
that
a Z
way?
sound?
Zach, but with an
Zach,
X.
but with an X.
We're fucking good at this. The kill when they get back aboard that ship.
Yeah.
When that thing comes out of nowhere, and he gets ripped apart.
The amount of milk that comes out of him, dude.
My God,
He needs some milk.
That is just the one of the best on-screen. I mean, you call it a kill. He doesn't die, but
Yeah.
like a human would have died. Like that is just like unbelievable when
Yeah.
you still see that every time you watch that.
Yeah.
It's like because you almost forget it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that he's like Alfredo sauce, where we would be marinara, you know. It just looks like Alfredo
Just
pasta.
whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
On your pasta at Olive Garden.
Apparently, the queen likes a white sauce.
And this is like the most mega fucking mom. Like, have you ever seen like TikTok videos where like two soccer moms are fighting each other and pulling hair?
Oh yeah.
Like this is the ultimate mom fight. Really, we've got Ripley protecting her kid. We've got the queen protecting her kids. Two moms going nuts. You do not get in the middle of that. And our boy figured that out.
Yeah.
He got in the middle of that. Shouldn't have.
Shouldn't
Get
have
away
done that.
from her, you bitch.
You got a
That's
bunch
such
of
a cool line.
You got a xenomorph horde literally waiting in the wings, getting turned on by this. Just be like, oh yeah, is anybody else? Is this working for anybody else? That's super hot.
Xander,
Zy-
get in here.
Zach, get in here. Zonathan, come in here.
Zonathan.
Guys,
Mom, I told you to call me Zon.
Zonnie.
Humanizing the goons is what we do here, everyone.
Yeah, it's just like, Xavier, is this working for you too, man? This is pretty hot. Just like chick fight, bro. Chick fight.
This is great. Let's just sit back, dude.
This is pretty good. I don't know. I'm not gonna jump in the between this. I don't know. I think this is pretty. I think it's
Or
working.
do I?
Or do I? Better time it right there.
Xander, you
Zonathan.
ready?
But I will tell you the only reason that's I love sci-fi. I really do.
Zy-
Shaun's gonna talk with a permanent X. We call it an X lisp. He's gonna talk like that forever. Everywhere he's gonna be like Zy.
You know that just came right off of his dome, and that's why you get the belt.
It wasn't in his notes. He didn't know we were gonna go down this road. He just came up with it. So yeah, at some point we're gonna talk about xenomorphs.
Cross that off.
No, the two biggest issues I have with this movie and with most sci-fi is sometimes the push at the end to just make this a movie. Like, cool, we resolved. I am not a fan of the airlock, like of an airlock opening in space and everyone being fine and her being able to, like, how heavy is the queen xenomorph being able to hold onto her leg and not, and like
She ripped a robot apart.
Yeah, a robot. Yeah,
Right.
I'm not a fan of that, and I really, really hate, and I'm sorry to say this, I just like laughed out loud when she goes, "Mommy," and like she just decides to call her mommy now.
Yeah.
Like, no, why do we have to do that?
You know,
I don't like that ending.
I will agree with that. Actually, I didn't think much of it, but I will agree with you. Another thing,
She forgot all about her own mom that died maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah, exactly. This wasn't 57 years ago.
No.
This was like a month and a half ago. One thing that kind of bothered me for no reason other than the fact of like, yeah, they were just trying to make it a little bit more dramatic, is she opens the airlock on the ladder, but then has to climb up to close it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, are they really going to separate those two buttons?
No, it's safety. It's OSHA approved.
You
gotta have two people operating the airlock.
It's gotta be 20 feet away from the airlock itself.
It's like the two keys situation. They can't be within arm's width.
It's exactly what it is.
It's like, no.
Whoa.
And you got to be real frickin' sure to open that lock because we're gonna put it in the frickin' tube of the airlock. So we just want you to know what you're getting yourself into.
It is a little not. I don't want to say hack. It's not that at all. It's repeating the first film. That's right. Pretty much, if spoiler alert, it's pretty much how the first film ends.
Wow, dude.
As
thanks.
well, and it's also like another false ending, just as much as this has.
Yep.
Like there's the kind of ending, but then there's the queen, and then the first one's like, oh no, but it's on the ship with her. It does kind of the same thing, and I appreciate that they're kind of hearkening back to the original in that aspect. But the way that it's done, I do agree. I think it earns like that relationship between Ripley and Newt. That is earned for me, but the mommy line is a little cheesy.
It's sort of
I agree.
It's sort of like, you meet the girl of your dreams and you hang out one night and then you're like, have a good night. I love you. Oh, fuck. Damn it. I said I love you. She's got to wait to call her mommy for at least another couple weeks.
Yeah. No, I do agree. It is. It's cheesy just for the ending's sake.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get them cuddling and stuff.
Go ahead. All right. Well, I had a lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, me too. This is great. Cool. Well, I'll see you later. Yeah, I love you. Sounds good, mommy.
I
want you inside me. What? I said,
I want to be in you.
Something I heard Zyle say.
Zyle.
Well, you boys got anything left on this? Should we give it our modern day?
My mom.
I never would have thought aliens would have taken us this far off the fucking rails, and I love it, and I'm fucking here for it. I hope you guys are too. If you're still here, you're definitely for it.
Yes.
We have stripped away all the nostalgia. We've looked at it with a modern eye, scene by scene. Now we got to give it a rating, zine by zine. What do you got? Wasn't that like a stupid art form of... Anyway.
Zines? Fuck yeah.
AJ, what is your modern day rating of this movie?
You know what? I actually really enjoyed watching this movie. I catch all the James Cameronisms that go into making this movie, to be honest. And Ripley might be... I understand now why she is one of the most badass heroes of all time in watching this. There's some flubs, there's some faux pas, there's some mishaps. There, it happens. There's an insane supporting cast, and I also love that it's an insane supporting cast made up of mostly people that you just recognize a face and not even a name.
A lot of them.
And they all do a phenomenal job. And on top of that, the makeup, everything works well. The suspense. I think of this movie less as some sort of horror. Actually, I think of it as a great action film that has some gross ass parts.
True.
But I'm here for it, And so that being said, I'm actually really surprised. But I am going to go ahead and give this an 8.9.
Damn, dude. Shaun, what about you, man?
Agreed on all fronts as usual, pretty much.
I'll start with you next time.
Yeah, whatever. He says it best anyway.
He is very well spoken.
This is especially it's hard for me to do this show and come up with a rating after I've done the research, because knowing what went into the production usually kind of influences my thoughts on it.
Yep.
But just the movie itself, it is so well acted. The performances are incredible. James Cameron is an excellent director. Galen Hurd is such a great leader of this whole production. I think it just works on all levels as an action movie, as a horror action movie, as a sequel even. I think it's probably maybe one of the best sequels ever made. And for all that, I just want to like Ripley is, like I said, probably the best action movie character we've ever gotten.
Damn.
I think it's kind of incredible where she's literally she's a commander, she's a leader, she's a badass, she's a mom, and we don't get that in even male characters like a fucking John Wick or something.
Very
I love
true.
John Wick, but you don't. It's not even that layered.
He's just the guy.
He's just out for revenge. You know.
Yeah.
This is such a layered character, and I think the movie, it's her movie, and I agree with AJ. It's an 8.9.
Damn, 8.9 for you guys. Yeah, you said it best. It's a great movie. It's still not my like ultimate cup of tea. If I want sci-fi, like I don't want so much as like it's aliens, you know, like I kind of want more like Fifth Element or something like that, where it's just like, ooh, I don't know what's happening. So, but I still have to give this the props is too. So I'm on 8.05. That takes us to
What the fuck?
That takes us to an 8.62 for a modern day rating, and that's going to take us pretty high, guys. That is slides it into the number 9 spot of any movie we've done.
Top 10.
That is top 10. That is better than The Shining.
Wow.
And that is just below The Sandlot and the Goonies that are tied at 8.66. So
wow.
I think anytime you're getting into our top 10 list, you're a hell of a fucking
So Shining
movie.
got bumped to 10.
Shining is now number 10.
Gotcha.
Yes. And Stand By Me is now out of the top 10.
Oh my goodness.
Which is why we're happy to announce at the end of December we are going to do our episode.
Yes.
Where we all get to go back and look at our ratings and decide if we were wrong about a few things.
I know right now I'm redoing Evil Dead.
Okay.
I'm
you gave fucking dude Evil Dead, you gave it a 6.99.
It should be higher.
Well, that's on you, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And are you going to use, we each get 3 tokens, and you have to put your token in the glass and go, I would like to change this. I would like to change this vote.
You have to wish Zoltar.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to try and make real tokens for us.
Do
And they go into a
Dude,
Cedar
and
Ridge.
every time you get a joke belt, you get a token.
Yes.
Oh.
And Cedar you have to
And you
put
can
them
change
into
someone
Cedar Ridge
else's. You can be like, Mike, you gave that a 10. Nope, we're giving that a 2.
You can pump it up 1.
Yeah.
You can pump it up 1.
Someone else's.
Oh man, dude,
No,
giving value to the joke belt is going to elevate this show.
It's going to get worse.
We're going to get at each other's throats.
No, don't give the belt. Don't give the belt. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We were a little off the rails, but that is what you love about us. Thanks for being here. Bunch of great movies coming up next Wednesday. A movie chosen directly by our Patreon members, Hook.
All right.
Followed by an executive producer pick, American Psycho.
I can't wait to revisit
It's
that.
going to be cool, man. And if you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. We did I've Never Seen Running Man.
Oh,
Basically the same movie as
It's the
Aliens.
same thing.
It's the same movie.
It's pretty
Basically the
much the same.
same.
It's the same. That was a really fun episode. And don't forget that we have a voicemail. Call us at 319-804-9596. Listen to today's caller.
Hey, this is Jen. I love the show. I can thank my dear husband for introducing it to me. I have a lot of fun listening to your takes on movies that I have seen and maybe some I haven't seen, some new ones to check out, and maybe some to avoid. Looking at you, 3 ninjas. I would love to hear your take on possibly the Treehouse of Horror episodes from The Simpsons.
Right on.
There's a lot to choose from, but I kind of have a soft spot for the earlier ones.
Totally.
Or your take on Labyrinth with our young Jennifer Connelly and the codpiece-clad David Bowie. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for all you do. You're super entertaining to listen to. Okay, bye.
Yeah, we're talking about maybe a mini bite on The Simpsons at some point, which we would obviously talk Treehouse of Horror. That's a must watch for me every Halloween season. Like Treehouse of Horror is small knit, stints of like cool little Halloweeny stuff. I love Treehouse of Horror.
I'm down. Like, yeah, I'm down for always. I was gonna say let's wait till next Halloween to just break down just Treehouse of Horror.
We can.
We could do that, but also it'd be fun to do whenever we do The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for calling in, Jen.
Yeah. Fun fact about Labyrinth, it was in David Bowie's contract that David Bowie's unit would actually be billed separately on the casting. So
There you go.
He actually did. Like you think he would have to like, have a fluffer,
Right.
No, he just got
Nope.
that large of a dick.
Yep, it's just his unit is about 5th down on the bill.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, make sure you're helping support our podcast. Share our podcast around. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Get a bunch of bonus audio, vote on some episodes. It's one of the best ways you can support the podcast.
That's right. Confused Breakfast. Anywhere. Social media is where you can go ahead and search for us. At Confused Breakfast on our social media. Guys, leave us a review, too, while you're listening to the show. We love reading them. That's one of my highlights of my day. Leave us a review. Also, confusedbreakfast.com is an awesome place to visit right now because you can even watch us, listen to us, and see our ratings.
By golly gee, you can also go to that same goddamn website and see some of our merch. You want some shirts?
Zebsite.
Zebsite. Go to that website, get some merch, get some shirts from us. We got some Humanize the Goons, our logo. You can get Pryor and Sons. You can get some AJ stuff. Damn dang it. You can get some damn dang it stuff, coffee mugs, and hats and everything.
This show is produced by the LAS Media Group here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. For more information on them and all the fun stuff they do for us, go to lasmediagroup.com. We'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I love you.